Greetings, beautiful earthlings. My name is Star. If you are new here, I don't know how you found me, but I am super grateful to have you. And if you are returning, you're the real MVP, you already know. So today, my friends, I wanted to do a quick little first impressions video for you on the Kyle Gray Gateway of Light Activation Oracle. This is a deck that I did buy quite a few weeks ago, and I just never got around to doing a video about it. I had actually started a video and I ended up deleting it. I didn't like it, so I will have done a walkthrough already for you guys on this Oracle deck so that you can take a look at it if you don't want to hear all the chit chat. But this one I have been looking forward to for quite a while because you guys already know I'm a huge Kyle Gray enthusiast. So I have been watching the production of this deck for quite a while on socials, Instagram and Facebook. So I didn't even realize it was coming out, and I've just been like watching Kyle Gray talk about this deck and the creation of each of the cards for months. And one day I walked into Barnes & Noble to get a book and I saw it and I freaked out and I had to get it. So I'm so excited about this deck, and it is another Hay House deck, and you guys will see it does bear some resemblance to the Starseed Oracle and the Work Your Light Oracle as well. And it kind of reads the same, to be completely honest, but it is meant to be like a light code activation type of deck. So this is going to be something that you cannot use for every reading. Okay, so I want to make that very clear. This is not going to be one of those Oracle decks that you can just have on the table and use it, for any reading, for any time. My Starseed Oracle, very specifically, barely comes out. Like the Work Your Light, yes, I can use that all the time, but the Starseed doesn't come out very much. So I have a feeling that's kind of what this deck is going to be like. It might be more of a deck that you work with personally, and that to me is like my Isis Oracle, where I actually don't use that for public use anymore. I ended up realizing that I like it a lot more for a personal use meditation type of deck. Same thing with Kuan Yin, but I can use the Kuan Yin kind of interchangeably. So what I wanted to point out to you guys first actually is this box, because Kyle Gray made a very big point to talk about how he made some very cute little activation like prayers there, in the top and the bottom of the box, and I love those little touches. You guys know me, when there are touches to the box, it just makes it so much more special to me. It feels like they really took their time to think about all of the tiny little details that went into everything. So you guys already know this. Let's take a look at the book. But this book is a weighty book. Look at that. And I'm not going to go through all of the beginning stuff that's in the book. I feel like if you guys have been here long enough, you know what's in the beginning of a book. Yes, it does have all of the little things you would like to have in an Oracle book for the beginners. If it did not, I would let you know, because that really irks me. Kyle Gray is so comprehensive with his work. That's one thing that I do love about Kyle Gray, about everything that he does, from his books to his decks. He is extremely comprehensive, so he wants a brand new beginner to be able to pick up that book, literally not know any of the words in it, and leave having read it now knowing all the things they didn't know. So Kyle Gray has lots of definitions, lots of walkthroughs, lots of beginner info in the beginning of this book, and it is amazing as always. Tons of spreads, of course, and then your interpretations of the cards look like this, if you guys can see it. So it is going to be quite a lot in there. Most of them do go on to the next page, and there are 44 cards in this deck. I usually just anticipate it's either 33, 44, or like 55, you know what I mean? One of those master numbers. So it's just such great quality. It is exactly what I expect from Kyle Gray and Hay House. I have absolutely no complaints about this deck from first glance. There's the back of your cards. There's the front of your cards. As you can see, it is matte, very soft matte cardstock. They are very thick, almost identical in cardstock to your Starseed, I would presume. I'm not gonna pull them out and look and see if the size is the same down to the millimeter or whatever. I don't care too very much about it to do that. But, you know, as oracle cards go, yes, they're big, but they are oracle cards. These are not tarot cards. You're not going to have to be bridge shuffling them. If you can get a good handle on them, you're fine. So I love it. Love it, love it, love it at first glance. I loved it before I even bought it. And I do highly recommend that if this is something you're interested in, that you go take a look at Kyle Gray's walkthrough of the deck, because Kyle Gray does take the time to walk you through every single card in the deck, talk about what each figure on the card is, each star being on the card, and he does also talk about his experience with those star beings, why he felt the need to put them on the cards, things like that. So it's a very lengthy video, I will preface that, but it is so very much worth the watch, especially if you're someone like me who is extremely into Kyle Gray. You're extremely into, you know, all the star beings, light activations, things like that, star civilizations. It's just so beautiful. It's such a nice deck. It's just so nice. Like, it's just a big breath of fresh air for me to go through this deck, and it's so beautiful, and I welcome this energy often. Anything that comes from Kyle Gray, I welcome that energy. If you guys have never seen anything Kyle Gray, if you've never seen Kyle Gray talk about, you know, working with the angels or the light beings or something, you're in for a treat, because it's like listening to a babbling brook. Like, it's just beautiful, and that's not just me fangirling over Kyle Gray. That's me fangirling over the way he talks about the beings that he works with. So that's all I gotta say about the deck, to be completely honest, right at the get-go. Like I said, I haven't had a chance to work with it yet. I have taken the time to go through these cards quite a few times. I have, you know, done a little first impressions walkthrough on TikTok as well, because I wanted to get the jump on doing this finally. And, you know, I just wanted to familiarize myself with the cards. So like I said, it is reminiscent of your Starseed and your Work Your Light Oracle, because you have a big old picture, you have a title, and then you have a couple little keywords there. And if you are not familiar with those other Hay House decks, like the Work Your Light or the Starseed, they are actually very intuitive. I can very well read without the book. I choose to have the book with it just in case my guides ever want me to get a very specific message out of it, but 9 times out of 10, I will read that deck intuitively, and the cards are oftentimes used as jumping off points for negotiation about something else. Very rarely do my guides specifically want the book. So I think that the books are like really great to have, especially in these types of oracle decks, because they are so specific to, you know, star beings, star civilizations, things like that. It is great to have. It is great to read if you have the time to sit around and read. Definitely give yourself a little gander so that you can help familiarize yourself with the deck, as well as watching what Kyle Gray has to say about it. It's really going to help. So I hope you guys enjoyed that quick little first impressions. I just wanted to show you guys I got a new deck, and I am stoked about it. So you already know I will link Kyle Gray's walkthrough in the description, as well as where you can find this deck, and Kyle Gray's socials if I can find like a link tree or something. So I am super, super stoked on this deck, and I am really stoked to see if any of you guys are actually interested in these types of decks, because I know I have a very tiny little corner of my channel of people that are actually interested in like the angel content that I used to do almost a year ago, right? I used to really be into the angel stuff. I mean, I still am. I just don't make content about it as much anymore. So let me know what you guys think about this deck. Let me know if you are interested in, you know, a follow-up about how it is working with the deck, and definitely go check out my walkthrough if you guys are interested in looking at all of these cards up close. And I really hope that wherever you guys are when this video reaches you, my friends, you have a beautiful, wonderful day. Don't forget, my link tree is in the description box, so you can find all of my links, all of my socials, my Etsy shop, my Amazon wish lists are still there if you guys ever want to send me a deck to review or a book for a present or whatever. You guys can always do that as well. And I cannot wait to see you in the next one. Namaste.